hello there. Now come on in, take a seat. Let me just pop this down. How have you been? Oh, that's great. I was just practicing some maths. Just wipe that off. So, why have you come to see me? You need some help with your maths homework? Oh, well, it's perfect timing. Okay. Do you have your questions? Oh, you do? Oh, just here. Let's have a little look. Okay, you've got quite a lot on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. Would you like me to go through all of these with you? Okay, we can do some of them. We'll see how you get on. Some of these are quite straightforward. We've got some addition, multiplication, division, subtraction, some decimals, times table, and then percentages. Okay, we could definitely do this. I'm just going to keep this here. I've got my whiteboard here so I can write them on here. So your first question is 5 plus 2. So this is quite straightforward, or at least it should be. Do you know the answer? Okay, so the easiest way to do it, alright, if you got 5, so can you count to 5? And I'm going to do a line for each one, alright? So ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to add 2, 1, 2. So if we add all the lines up, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? So your answer, 5 plus 2 is 7. Alright. That was pretty straightforward, yes. Okay, so your next one is 10 times 7. Okay, so this is a little bit trickier. Okay, so this means that you need to times the amount of 10 by 7. Okay, so that means you've got 7 lots of 10, or 10 lots of 7. Okay, so what we're going to do, we are going to do the tens. So what you can do is you can go 10, 10, 10. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we've got 7 tens, okay? And now you're going to add all the tens up. So you've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Okay? And the answer is 70. Because you've got 7 lots of 10. Now you can also do where you use a little grid. I'm just going to pop it this way around. It's a very big board. You can also do it where you do times table here, and we do this. Okay, so if you do 7 times 1, what do you get? 7. Okay. and then you're going to add the 0. So you get 70. Alright? That's how it works. Okay, let's wrap this off and we'll do number 2. How are you finding it? These are how I would work them out. Obviously, everybody has their own different ways, which is fine. So let's do the next one, which is 80 divided by 4. Okay, this is interesting. So we've got 80 divided, oops, that's the times. Let's get rid of that. Divided by 4. Okay, so how shall I do this? What we're going to do is we're going to simplify 80 to 8. Okay, and we're going to divide 8 by 4. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go 2, yes, 8 divided by 4 is 2. So to know that, we can go 2, 2, 2, 2. And that is 8 divided by 4. Okay? So we've got 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. That's 2, 4, 6, 8. So 8 divided by 4 is 2. And also 4 times 2 is 8. So 80 divided by 4 will be 20. So you just add the 0. So you could do 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20. Okay? And that would give you 20, 40, 60, 80. So the answer is 20. Alright. I hope that wasn't too confusing for you. Okay. The next one is 129 minus 31. Okay, this one's a little bit tricky, but what I would do is, so we need to minus 31 from 129, okay? So if you've got 129 and you minus 29, you get 100, okay? But 29 is not 31. We're 2 away, aren't we? So we also need to minus 2, okay? Because you've got 29, 30, 31. So if we do 100 minus 2, you get 98. So that is your answer. Okay? So if we then did 98 plus 31, what do we get? So let's do a little equation. So we can do a 9 and an 8 and a 3 and a 1. Okay? Let's give this a go. So 8 plus 1, because we're adding, is 9. Very good. And 9 plus 3 is 12. So you're going to put 2 there and a 12. And your answer is 129. So we know that 129 minus 31 gives you 98. Okay? So you can go back and check your answer that way. Alright? Okay. The next one is decimals, so it's a little bit trickier. So we've got 0.25 plus 3.50. you already know you've got 3, okay? So we've got 3, we know that, okay? But we need to add up 0.25 plus 0.50, okay? Because the 3's here from the 3.50, okay? So just leave the 3 over here so you don't get confused. So we're going to do 5 plus 0 is 5. 5 plus 2 is 7. Very good. And then you've got 0. Okay, so we've added up the points. Okay, we've now got to add in the big number. So if we do 3, the answer's going to be 57.3. Okay, now you could also do it the full way. So you could do 0.25 plus 3.50. Okay, so it's be 5 plus 0, 5. 5 plus 2, 7. 0 plus 3, it's just 3. And you get 3.75. So your answer is 3.75. Okay? Good. I'm glad you're understanding. Okay. Your next one. Oh, it's another point one, although it's a little bit easier, I think. Okay, so your next one is 8.1 plus 9.2. Okay, so let's try the multiplication way. So we're going to do actually the plus way, not multiplication way. We're going to do 8.1 plus 9.2. So if we did 1 plus 2 gives us 3. Well done. Point, you've got to put your point in. Now it's 9 plus 8, 17. Very good. So that gives you 17.3. Now you could also do it a different way. You could add up your points. So 0.1, 0.2 gives you 0.3. Okay. You could then add up your 8 and your 9, which is 17, and then add up 17.03 would give you the same thing. Okay. Just minus the 0. Alright. Okay. So what do we have next? So in your bit of paper over. Okay, we've got some more percentage. We've got 12.73 plus 8.17. Okay, it's a little bit more confusing. So I'm going to do it like this again. I'm going to do 12.73, and then we're going to do 8.17. Okay? Make sense? Yep. Okay, I'm going to add it up. 7 plus 3 is what? 10. Good. Okay, but what we're going to do, we're going to put the 0 here, and we're going to bring the 1 over. Okay, so you got 10, but the 1 needs to be added to this column. So you got 7 plus 1 is 8, plus 1 more is 9. Okay? If anything's over 10, you have to add the 1 down here. So 8 plus 2 is 10. So we're going to do the 0 and add the 1 to the next one. And 1 plus 1 is 2. So your answer should be 20.90. Okay. Hopefully that's correct. Okay. The next one is 10 times 81. Alright. So we're going to do the times. We're going to do 10, okay? And then we're going to break the 81 up. If it was just 80, we wouldn't break it up, but because you've got the 1, we're going to. So we're going to do 80, and then we're going to do 1, okay? So, we're going to do 8 times 1 is 8, good. But we've also got 2 zeros, so we need to add those on, so that's 800. 80 times 10 is 800, okay? And then you've got 1 times 10. 10, good. So we're going to add this up. So it should be 800 plus 10. So we're going to get 810. That's your answer, okay? Alright, what we got next? Percentages. Oh, this is fun. Okay, so the first one is 10% of 90. Okay, 10% is really easy. You just divide the number by 10. So it's just 90 divided by 10. What do you get? You don't know. 9. Very good. All you have to do is take off the naught, okay? And it gives you 9. So 10% of 90 is 9. And how you know that is 9 times 10 is 90. Okay? Alright. Next one is 15% of 150. Okay, so slightly harder. Alright. Now, what I would do is I would work out 10% first. 10% is the easiest to work out. So 10% of 150 is what? 15. You just take the naught off. 10% is 15. Okay? Now we need 5%. So what you do, you just half 10%, because half is 5%. So we're just going to half 15, which is 7.5. Now what you're going to do is add this up. Okay. And what do you get? 22.5. Perfect. So 15% of 150 is 22 pounds 50. Okay? Alright. Okay. Next up we have 30% of 12. Okay. So there's two things you could do. So what we're going to do, we could divide 12 divided by 3, okay, with 4. Good. Okay, or you could do 10%. So 10% of 12 is what? What's 10% of 12? It's 1.2. Okay. Now, because we need 30%, so we need to times that by 3. So what are we going to get? So you could do 1.2, 1.2, 1.2. What do you get? So 30% of 12 is 3.6. It's not 4, okay? You wouldn't do that, you would do this. This is the correct answer. Alright? Okay. I'm getting a bit tired now. These are getting harder and harder. Okay. We're going to do 50% of 500. Okay. What would you do? Well, 50% is half, right? So you're just going to half 500. You're going to divide 500 by 2. What do you get? 250. Great. So 50% of 500 is 250. Okay? Great. And we've got one more left. Alright. The next one is 80% of 320. Okay, this one is quite complex. Alright, so what I would do is divide 320 divided by 10, okay, which would give me 32. 10% is always easier to work out, and if you know it's 80%, you just divide whatever you get by 8. So if it's 10% and you want 20%, times it by 2. Same for this, if you want 80%, you just times this by 8. So we need to times this by 8, okay? So if we've got 32, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So how many have we got? Just work this out. So this makes 2 plus 2 is 4. 3 plus 2 is 6. So if we've got... So we're going to do 64. I'm going to work out these two. Just to do quick maths. I'm going to do 8. 6 plus 6 is 12, so 128. I'm going to times that by 2 because we've got 64 over here. And 64 again. So that's 128. So we're then going to do 128 plus 128. Which gets us what? 8 plus 8 is 16. Very good, we're going to carry the 1. We've got 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. And then 1 and 1 is 2. So your answer is 256. Now you can work that out because you know if 80% is this, you should have 2 10% left over, which is 20%. So 20% would be 32 plus 32, which is 64. So if you did 64 plus 256, which is your answer here, this should give you the full 100%. So 6 plus 4 is 10. 6 plus 5 is 11, plus the 1 is 12. 2 plus 1 is 3. And your answer is 320. Okay? Wow, that was all of your equations. I hope I haven't confused you even more. This has been fun. Hopefully you'll be able to do the rest of your work now. So yeah, thank you so much, and if you ever need any help again, you know where I am. Alright? Bye!